Hello there. Trees are not very precious in the European Union right now. They are logging for fuel on a huge scale. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe and then like and comment below. And why not buy a mug with my mug on it? Now, just to be clear, this is not about whether carbon release warms the earth. This is about the mass deforestation of Europe because of mixed up green policies. Forests are natural and good things to have, for wildlife and for us too. They are the lungs of the earth and things of beauty. But the further you go down this so-called green rabbit hole, the madder it gets. Madness? Or is it something worse? Because adding this into the mix with everything else happening around the globe right now, it looks more malign than mad. Now, when you work with wood to make stuff, or have the tree surgeon round, you end up with lots of offcuts and sawdust. This can then be sent to biomass power stations as a renewable source of energy, on the presumption that more trees are planted to offset the one you cut down to make your chairs. But remember, it takes decades for that new tree to replace the one you chopped down. And the argument goes that as long as you replace trees, they can legitimately be cut down to power biomass power stations such as our UK Drax facility. And according to Drax.com, Drax Power Station uses compressed wood pellets sourced from sustainably managed working forests in the US, Canada, Europe and Brazil, and are largely made up of low-grade wood produced as a byproduct of the production and processing of higher-value wood products like lumber and furniture. Now, the European Union also uses biomass to generate electricity, but they have different ideas about sustainability. Because now that Putin has cut off supplies of Russian gas, EU countries are dusting off the chainsaws as the answer, but not the green favourites of wind and solar. Wood burning is more reliable, it seems. The New York Times sent a team into one of Europe's oldest woodlands to find out what was going on, and they say that far from burning sawdust and wood offcuts, whole trees are being sent to the pellet-making factories. And according to their report, across Central Europe, companies are clear-cutting forests and grinding up centuries-old trees in the name of renewable energy. And none of it is illegal. And the report goes on to say, when the bloc began subsidising wood burning over a decade ago, it was seen as a quick boost for renewable fuel and an incentive to move homes and power plants away from coal and gas. Chips and pellets were marketed as a way to turn sawdust waste into green power. Those subsidies gave rise to a booming market, to the point that wood is now Europe's largest renewable energy source, far ahead of wind and solar. Forests that are meant to be natural carbon capture mechanisms are now becoming vast carbon emitters as the trees are chopped down faster for burning than they're being replaced. And the thing is that the report also says, and while European nations can count wood power towards their clean energy targets, the EU Scientific Research Agency said last year that burning wood released more carbon dioxide than would have been emitted had that energy come from fossil fuels. So natural forests are being razed to the ground in the name of green energy when better alternatives already exist. And no one in the EU has a handle on it. 120 million metric tons of wood magically appeared for wood burning last year, and no one knows where it came from. No one's doing proper assessments. And the EU uses far more wood pellets than the rest of Europe, and North America, and Asia. And the countries involved are fighting hard to keep the trees toppling. Right now, the Green Lobby is effectively demanding mass deforestation across Europe in order to keep fossil fuels in the ground, when what we really need is for science to be concentrating on increasing fossil fuel clean burn technology and fuel efficiency. But right now the immediate choice is between have fossil fuels and forests, or have no fossil fuels and no forests, and I know which I prefer. Has Putin and his Ukraine adventure shown us a glimpse of what a post-fossil fuel world would really look like?